And we're glad you're with us this evening. I'm Lynn Brooks.
And I am Terry Brewer. It's a little windy out here as we kick off a week of special coverage here on WVUA News. We are marking the one-year milestone since the April 27th tornado, and we are going to be joining you all week long, actually marking the path the tornado took through the city of Tuscaloosa.
And this evening, we are in the Rosedale community just off 10th Avenue in Tuscaloosa, a community that was very hard hit. But now we're starting to see some signs of healing and hope. We're going to have more on that in just a moment. But first, we're going to take a look back at that somber day for the city of Tuscaloosa, Wednesday, April 27th. At 5:13 p.m., an EF4 tornado ripped through the city, taking with it dozens of lives and also homes and many businesses.
That's right. Of course, it is not our intention to bombard you with difficult images, but of course, this is part of Tuscaloosa's history. It's what people have been healing from this entire past year. Of course, as you know, 53 people died from their injuries they sustained in the storm.
And on that day, we were watching the storm take shape live on the air. A look now at exactly what we saw.
North of the interstate.
Along with our viewers, we watched a massive tornado take shape live on the air from the WVUA tower camera. This view is from high above the University of Alabama's Reese Pfeiffer Hall. You can see the twister makes an ominous sight. It seems to hover over Bryant-Denny Stadium.
A very large tornado on the ground right now.
Then, in a heartbeat, we were knocked off the air. With my own video camera, I climbed 4 flights and stood at a window facing the stadium. The tornado looked like it was skirting the spiral. You can see the debris flying from the sides. When this came closer, that's when I ducked into a stairwell. Minutes after the storm passed, sirens were screaming on McFarland Boulevard. People emerged from the rubble and started roaming into the streets.
Weird, just bad. Everything got destroyed. Tornadoes and stuff with the tornadoes. It's been bad.
Some bringing the little they have left. Some asking why. And others wanting more than ever just to hold on to someone they love. This man fell to his knees and began to pray. He later told us, had it not been his day off, he would have been working inside this restaurant. Thankful to have his life, he was saying out loud, "Oh Lord, please help us." Others heard his plea and joined the prayer.
I'm really counting my blessings.
Rita Sturdivant is alive because her office closed early.
This was my desk. That's my computer. Right there, that was my file cabinet.
With little direction in sight, at least some are able to focus on the future.
Praise God.
We are live today in Tuscaloosa's, or the area what used to be Tuscaloosa's Rosedale Court on 10th Avenue. Now, this was one of the first residential areas hit by the EF4 tornado in Tuscaloosa on April 27th. More than half of the public housing community's 188 units were destroyed in the storm. Within minutes, the powerful winds turned the brick and mortar into rubble. Some residents died from the impact of the storms. Many people were trapped inside their homes, but thanks to local police officers and community members, they were rescued. Now, 1 year later, construction crews are on site laying the groundwork for the new Rosedale Court. Phase 1's 88 units started construction in late March. Officials say since the storm, the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development recognized Rosedale as a top priority.
I think it shows the community has come together cohesively to see the revitalization of the Rosedale area. You take what we're doing here on the Rosedale site in terms of developing the housing, what's just happened with the groundbreaking with the Department of Recreation here in the city, and just the overall revitalization and the enthusiasm for this community, I think is just overwhelming.
And one thing that was also affected, the community park here. You know, a park is more than just slides and swing sets. It's also a place where people congregate, where the community comes together.
That's right, and we do have some good news about that. An old friend to this area is making its way back. City officials broke ground for a new Rosedale Park today. Now, back on April 27th, the park was destroyed in the tornado. Officials say the new park will have custom custom designed playground equipment, some having an animal theme. Later on, a splash feature will be added and a biking and walking trail. Rosedale Park is located on both sides of this area. The ball field will also be rebuilt on its original site. Executive Director of Para, Gary Miner, says Para's goal is to build back Rosedale Park bigger and better than before.
I expect this area to improve. I think it's going to be an area that people want to come to. I think this actual park, this playground here, is going to be a place where people are going to drive from across town to come here and play.
More on that park later on. That's coming up for you tonight on WVUA News at 6.
That's right, and we also have a special presentation coming up less than an hour, a special memorial presentation for people affected by the storms.
That's right. Tuscaloosa City Schools paying tribute to those who lost their lives, also the students, faculty, and staff of Alberta Elementary, University Place Elementary, and University Place Middle School. That all kicks off tonight at 6 p.m. at the central office. Of course, your home team will be there, and we'll have coverage of that for you tonight on WVUA News at 10.
Now, we also have another programming note to share for you. Be sure to join WVUA, Alabama's home team, this week every night for a special presentation dedicated to everyone touched by the April 27th storms. Our hour-long documentary, Faces of the Storm, is airing every night this week. You can see it at 9 p.m. tonight through Thursday. And then on Friday, April 27th, Faces of the Storm will air immediately following WVUA News at 6. This special presentation is a look at the people impacted by the storm, their stories of loss, survival, and hope. Faces of the Storm is brought to you commercial-free with special thanks to DCH and Nucor.